Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, let's get into this for Leo. We shall see where this one takes us. By the way, Leo, we've got the adorable little owl behind me. I'm sorry, I know it looks like I just have a weird like horn hat on my head right now with the way the little ears are on the owl, but it's way cuter. I wish I could get out of the way and show it to you more. But we have the Death card. Starts out change for our Leo. Tell me more about this. I like change. This is good. Strong Scorpio. We have Justice upright and we have Four of Cups. So big transformation in the ways of. The reason I particularly like this is because something has been really, really unfair. Something's been really wrong. And I have to say, there is a person who is either like mortified, embarrassed, feels pretty crummy about what happened, how they behaved, how things have been. Um, could be a Libra, could be a Scorpio, but it feels as if the big change is that this person could finally see what they did wrong. 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Look at how visible that cat's eyes are like, oh my God, I can't believe all this happened. I can't believe it's almost like somebody's waking up from a nightmare and seeing things for what they are. This is a person or character who has tremendous, like they've changed, and it is stunning to them to realize how much of a regret they have, how much they are realizing they missed out on with Leo. This could be the person that was like an absentee mother or father figure who then, goes through like a life altering moment, an epiphany, a near death experience, any of those things. And they suddenly cherish life differently. They value life differently, and they start looking at life differently. And they go, I can't believe the mistakes I've made. I had all of this beautiful opportunity for so long, and I wasn't even there. I wasn't present. I could have been there and I wasn't. It's like somebody that, or it could be, if this is all about Leo, this could be the Leo just now finding out that they have missed out on a really great opportunity that they didn't know was right there. Maybe it was hidden. Maybe it's like, wait a minute, you mean all this time I could have been cashing in on that? All this time I had access to all of those funds. How come I didn't know about this? The thing, I don't think that that's it, only because the thing that I see most prominently is we have possibly a Scorpio having a major life transition, or a Libra. And it is because of that major life transition, they're now able to see with great chagrin some mistakes that they made. And they have a lot of regret over this. What is the mistake, really? Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the fact that they could have given to Leo all this time and they didn't. They could have been reaching out to Leo, and that's all it would have taken if they had just simply reached out. This is a person who could have all this time been enjoying a 10 of Pentacles with Leo. Why did they not? I don't understand. How is it that this person didn't know or didn't reach out? We have an 8 of Swords sideways. They weren't really prevented from doing this, but somehow they kind of still were prevented from doing this. And the reason I say they weren't, but they were, is because there's something here on the vibe of, the 8 of Swords is blocked energy, but you notice how it's really emanating from their own shadow. So I'm going to say this. Either a character didn't have the bravery it would have taken to simply connect to Leo and talk to Leo, and now they basically have more bravery, or they're just less afraid now. And they're like, why didn't I do this before? We have a 7 of Cups and a 10 of Swords. Yeah, big change here. Why didn't I do this? 7 of Cups says, not even they can understand this. They thought something was over that didn't need to have been over. Maybe this is somebody who, Leo reached out to them. They didn't get the message. There was no communication between themselves and Leo. And they're finding it now. they didn't realize that they thought it was over, they thought it was done, and really they should have just looked at the situation with a different set of eyes. Okay, that's a tough one for them. I feel like this person is just like sick to their stomach over this missed opportunity that was there all this time. Ace of Swords and the Star. The opportunity to heal something, the opportunity to connect. Wait a second. Was this like a message that they didn't receive from Leo? Was this an offer that they're getting way too late? Is this an unopened piece of mail and they're just now seeing it? We have a Page of Cups and we have the Nine of Pentacles. I do think that there was some kind of I don't know if Leo reached out to this person at some point and wanted to receive or give an apology, or maybe they just now found out Leo didn't receive an apology that they made. It could be something along those lines where the clarity is just now there that there either was like a missed piece of communication, because this is communication of truth and this is communication of like distance. It can be a wish, it can be healing. When we couple it with an offer, an emotional offer, and something that would have been really, really heartfelt, that's why I almost feel like they missed a piece of critical information that Leo sent to them and they didn't see it. And they realize after all this time, you mean I have this unopened message or text? You mean my phone didn't download that message? You mean I didn't get that information all this time? We don't have Leo here. That's why I don't think that this is Leo who's been sitting here, unaware. But let me check. Let me double check. Who is Leo in this story? Leo is themselves, the sunshine, kind of living a good life out there in the fields of lavender with their trusty little dog and their adorable little baldy baby, and kind of living the best life they can. Leo is transparent and clear-minded and clear-visioned. Leo's been kind of having some fun adventures. Leo's excited about their life. Leo's not, sitting around twiddling thumbs, feeling like they're missing out on anything. So I'm definitely going to stick with the original storyline where this person, whomever they are, Scorpio, Libra, doesn't matter, Aquarius, they missed out on some critical piece of information that would have changed their entire perception about what they could have had with Leo. They could have already built with Leo. They could have had this life with Leo. They could have had all this time that they would have been investing all this time. And because of one critical fail, one critical piece of information that they didn't get, let me ask, how is it that they didn't get some piece of information, or that they didn't see it that way? Let me see. Queen of Wands is sideways. Six of Pentacles is upright. Okay, so I think it was themselves. I don't think it was like, some villain, some evildoer tried to prevent them from connecting and being able to talk to Leo. I think they told themselves something untrue, even something untrue about Leo, like, oh, Leo is, not that awesome. Leo doesn't really like me. Leo's probably giving to somebody else. They may have told themselves a lie about Leo. So that's on them, that's on them. Leo's probably already with somebody else. And if it wasn't so much a critical piece of information that they missed, it's that they interpreted something completely wrong. And now they're seeing it differently. They're seeing it completely different. Like, oh my God, wait a second. Leo wasn't off giving to somebody else. Leo wanted to give to me. That was the point. Maybe I read that one sentence wrong and it means something totally different. That old joke, it's like you see it on bumper stickers and t-shirts and stuff sometimes. I'm not really sure who the quote is attributed to, but it's like, let's eat, Grandma, versus let's eat, Grandma. And it says punctuation saves lives, because depending on where you put that comma or don't put that comma, you're either making a statement, let's eat, and it's like grandma is our meal, let's eat our grandmother, or let's eat, comma, grandma. And now you're talking to grandma, telling grandma, let's go and eat together. It's a big difference in the way a simple comma can change a sentence. And so punctuation saves lives. And I always thought that was so hilarious, but also so point blank, like this is an example of something like that. Maybe they misread a single sentence. Maybe they overlooked punctuation. Maybe Leo wrote it right, but they read it wrong. Whatever this is, it changed the course of what they thought. And they harbored some wrong idea that somehow Leo was in some other connection. And Leo wasn't in another connection. What Leo might have actually been saying is, I wanted a connection with you. Do you want a connection with me? Are we going to do this? And they read it as somehow, I wanted a connection with you, but I guess I'll just go with somebody else instead. They decided to get all bent out of shape, I think, and frustrated and mad, thinking that Leo somehow dissed them. And that's not what it was. And they're just now, what is it that's clicking for them and making them understand that now? Wow. 3 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the King of Cups sideways, because I think before all this was said and done, I don't know when or how, but I think Leo must have sent them some kind of a message that said, I don't understand why you would betray or hurt me. Leo offered that piece of information about how devastated they were. Leo offered the piece of information about, I don't understand what happened here, other than it feels like a mighty big betrayal. And this, I thought you were this, and instead it turned out to be, I guess you were a karmic, or I'll never know. I just don't understand. I'm blindfolded. I'm in hurt and pain, and I'm offering you just the acknowledgement that I'm really wounded over this. So Leo, once upon a time anyway, told them, I don't know what your deal is. I don't know what you did here or why you did it, but I'm devastated. And then I think Leo carried on. Let me ask. We saw Leo doing really great. So we see them. We got a 5 of Cups. Leo didn't get really great right out of the gate. They were very, very, very devastated over this. Whatever happened here, this person might have either abruptly ignored Leo, or kind of treated Leo like a jerk. And Leo was devastated and so confused by their actions and behaviors. And it was very, very, very painful before Leo was able to, heal from this, move on, and become their happy self once more. So they were really negatively impacted by what happened, and they conveyed that. But it's like this person never read that, or it didn't click for them. I don't know if they were just in a mindset where they were too full of themselves to be able to comprehend that, or I don't know what happened, but we can see there was some huge breakdown in comprehension and communication. King of Swords, boy, they're clear now, clear as can be. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius on that. Now they're sitting here and it all hits them like a ton of bricks. And now they're saying, Leo has so much that they don't know now. They don't know why I behaved the way I did. Oh my God, this has been like an epic failure of, oh my God, Leo has no idea. All this time I wanted to be with them, but I thought that they dismissed me. Now I find out I wounded them. Oh my God. The universe, why is this happening now? We'll stay with this for just a second. Judgment, Knight of Wands, 10 of Swords. So that at least at minimum, finally this hurt and pain can be put to rest. And this crazy scattered energy can stop. And there can be just at least, the day of reckoning for, like, there are so many things that I misunderstood. There are so many things that I said wrong, that I did wrong. I didn't know this. And now here's the truth, Leo, you don't understand what I was thinking at the time. This is, at least it's an opportunity for this to be rectified, for real communication to occur. I don't know that it matters at this point if Leo is happily ever after someplace else. We have a 10 of Wands, we have an Ace of Swords, but a time for clarity could lay down a lot of burdens, and to clear the air is always a good idea, I think, is what this is suggesting. To get everything crystal clear would be very helpful, very meaningful. But what is the advice in regards to this King of Swords? What is the advice to them? Or in regards to them, I should say. Page of Cups, 10 of Cups. I don't know if there is any opportunity for a 10 of Cups, maybe to really consider, accepting an apology, really taking time to do a deep dive and really communicating, the two of them really communicating what on earth happened, giving and receiving energy, considering, was this supposed to have been a 10 of Cups? Is there still a possibility for that? What is the universe's message just for the Leo, though? 5 of Cups. What about that sense of loss, that sense of lack, that sense of emptiness? Says that is not Leo's destiny. Leo, I mean, we already know that Leo got over a lot of that hurt and pain because they're in a really happy place. But the universe says, Leo's destiny is the 4 of Wands, a life full of real balance and real growth. That's what Leo deserves. That's what they're going to have. Yes, Leo maybe has been kind of out there on their own, although look at how far they've come. Look at how much they've built for themselves. We see Leo really relying on themselves at this point. But if Leo has any inkling that they would still like this partner, they can take this person back, or to remember that there's lots and lots and lots of different people on this planet. So if Leo wants a partner, it doesn't have to be this person. That's the other way I could say it. Leo's not in any this desperate thing. They don't need to take this person back. But I will say, after these epic confusions and epic mistakes that seem to have occurred, I just still have to understand one thing. With this King of Swords, how did he get it so wrong in the past? I do just have to ask. 5 of Wands, King of Cups, 2 of Swords. He had, so that the single biggest thing that worked against this whole connection was he actually had a ton of emotion for the Leo, and he was very fragile, and he overthought stuff, and he couldn't quite believe that if he was nuts about Leo, that Leo would really be nuts about him. And so he blocked all kinds of other information, and maybe once he got hurt or perceived he was going to get hurt, maybe he shut down, maybe he overthought stuff, and he couldn't even see what was right in front of him anymore. He was missing the obvious. He was missing what Leo was actually saying. He misinterpreted everything, but it was coming from the fact that he was so emotionally invested, and so, I think, so scared of getting hurt himself, that then he heard everything wrong. He took it all wrong, and he's only just now figuring that part out. Why now is he figuring it out? What is it that helped him figure it out now? Page of Wands and Emperor. Maybe he just finally got more empowered in himself, and now he was able to look at the past. Maybe he reread those messages from Leo. Maybe he reread and finally understood information differently. And he's like, oh my God, I made all of my decisions based off of one thing that I actually misinterpreted. And now I can see what I did. Oh, that's a sinking feeling in the pit of a stomach, to discover that you blew it all that time ago because you've got one thing wrong. This is that message really that says every character needs to pause, especially when they're getting, reactive over something, and they need to stop, walk away from something. I always have a 3-day rule. Walk away from anything, then reread it. Even if you wrote it, reread it 3 days later and see how it hits then. Rethink it, reread it, reconsider it 3 days later and see if it hits different, because that might help from having these mistakes. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.